2, 1. Yeah!
Hello, thanks for tuning in again and thanks for watching. So yesterday my friend Michael and I, we've completed our first virtual Everesting, and I want to tell you what I've learned from it and maybe to give you some tips, insights, or just a quick rundown over the overall experience of Everesting. For those of you who do not know what Everesting is a very simple concept. Is you ride up one climb continuously up, turn around, down, up and down until you reach the height of Mount Everest, which is 8,848 meters. This can be done anywhere in the world. There are a couple of rules around that. It has to be continuously, has to be one hill, and well, that's basically it. What we've done, we've did it a little bit differently because with the rise of virtual riding or indoor riding on Zwift, you can also perform this on Zwift. There are a few climbs, and the one climb that we chose, which lent itself to be ideal for that, is Alpe d'Huez, which is a perfect replica or very, very good replica of Alpe d'Huez. And the reason you can do this is due to the fact that, first of all, it is replicated and you have a smart trainer which is able to simulate the gradient. And you have to ride this at 100% simulation mode. So if you have 10%, you get 10%. So we chose this, and you have to go up and down the Alpe d'Huez 8.5 times in order to achieve the 8,848 meters. We wanted to do this last year already, but then I got sick, and the first tip, if you're not feeling 100%, you must not attempt this, because this is not your average long ride you may do. This is really an effort, and I had a lot of respect for that. I wasn't anxious, but I knew, okay, you want to have to pace yourself in order to really achieve this. My longest indoor ride up till then was 7 hours. That was in a Sufferfest knightlyhood attempt where you ride 10 Sufferfest videos consecutively after one another. But these are high efforts and everything, so that's a little bit more intense, and I started cramping because I did not drink enough. This time this should not happen because I knew beforehand where I have to go and what to do, and we fueled appropriately. So we started very early, like 5:30, 5:45 in the morning, and we were aiming about anywhere between 11 and 14 hours or 15 hours because we didn't know where to. You can do some calculation with a calculator. You can punch in the numbers, the Strava segment, your weight and everything else, and what if your rest stops and everything. So we knew a rough estimation would be 13 hours. So if we stay below 13, it would be awesome. Staying below 12 would be like really epic. But that was not the goal to reach any particular time. The goal was just to get through it, just to finish the Everesting. So we started off, and everything was taking up normal. As always, you have to pace yourself and conserve something to the in the first stages in order not to blow up in the latter part. I was doing a little bit too much effort, I guess, on the first 3 ascents, and then I found out, okay, I got some pain in my shin because I was riding with in a position on a mountain bike because I had the appropriate gearing on it. Otherwise, I only have 50 plus one-by-chain ring settings, which is not possible to do on that steep of an incline if you have the gradient simulation. So I backed up a lot in the after the third or fourth attempt. I think it was the third attempt, and I had really some bad issues with my shins. But then all of a sudden I went forward on the saddle and went into a little bit of an error position. All of a sudden, of course, you can adjust the seat. So I adjusted the seat a little bit higher, a little bit more front, and then I was fine again, right? But this is an effort where you're constantly battling with yourself in the latter stages, especially the last ones. And Micha, he was going very, very, very well, but he was then really, really suffering up the last 2.5 climbs. That's still 2,800 meters of elevation gain. and he had really GI problems and everything, but but he did a great job. He finished a little bit, I think half an hour, 20 minutes earlier, or 25 minutes, I don't know, than I did. But the goal is to just achieve it, go step by step by step by step. And after in my head, I thought about, okay, so it would be, if I do it 5 repetitions, then the end is within reach somehow. And as I was struggling after the 3rd already, I was like, I don't know. But one major takeaway again is focus on little goals, step by step by step, 1 repetition, another repetition, and then you will reach it eventually. Don't look at the big picture, just look at every single stepping stone. We were supported by lots of friends, mostly the former skating guys like André and Sören, Markus Papke, Robert, and all those guys, they were cheering each on. We got over 111 ride-on, so now I'm officially, first of all, famous, and then bigger than Jens Vogt. Yes, and but this is all in-game stuff. It's a real effort, so pace yourself. Drink, 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 drink. I drink so much. I had to go to the toilet so badly after each. I didn't even. But then after a while, of course, you sweat. The sweat rate goes down a little bit, and but still, if you fuel yourself right and drink, that's most important. Drink before you're thirsty, and eat before you're hungry. My heart rate was like pinned to 130, 134. All the way. This is basically, yes, it is a fat burning kind of a heart rate and the effort as well, but you have to fuel this with carbohydrates in order to achieve this. This is basically a thing, low cadence after continuous effort that pushes down your lactate building rate big time, so everything will just be flushed out. And you will be very, very sore. My fingers, these 3 fingers, they are still numb. I never experienced that, never in my whole life. I've been cycling for over 32 years, never ever had any numbness whatsoever. So yeah, but this is also, one can say it is harder to do it outside or inside. Inside you sweat a lot more, plus you have, due to the static nature of the indoor trainer, you're very static, and you tend to lock up even further. You have to stand up and down, up and down, up and down all the time, which makes it a little bit harder. Yes, you can rest, you can turn down at the top of Zwift and roll down, you can change your clothes, you can eat, you go to the toilet. You have to do this in real life as well, but you have to also go downhill in real life, and then it may be a lot dangerous, even more dangerous, of course, than doing it in the comfort of your own garage. Long story short, we finally made it. We're now officially in the Hall of Fame of virtual Everesting. I think there are not even 400 people in the world who have done this officially, right? You can ride up Alpe Zwift with your trail difficulty set to 50%, no worries. You can go up there, you can race up there, you can go up there with 300 watts, 320 watts, you can go up there in 46 minutes or 40 or 30 minutes, I don't care. But doing this 8.5 times with a 100% trail simulation, it's a totally different ball game. If you have any questions on that, down below. Yes, and I want to mention Andy van Bergen, the inventor of Everesting. He actually interacted with on my YouTube stream. I think it's up there somewhere, the over 12-hour stream, and that was something okay. So now the inventor of this thing comments on your YouTube stream. You must not quit, right? So big props, Andy. Thanks a lot. It was an epic experience. It was exactly what I expected, what I had anticipated. I will not do it again indoors. Michael and I, we also agreed we will not do it again indoors. Would I recommend doing it? I don't know. Is it possible to do it? Sure. Can you do a different course on Zwift? Sure, you can do it. Maybe on Innsbruck, maybe on Box Hill, Epic KOM Reverse, I don't know. But if anything, maybe I will do it in real life. But this needs a little bit more planning, a little bit more logistics. There's only one mountain where I want to do that for sure. I already reconned it last year, not even to the top, but that would also include quite a long trip to get to this mountain, literally halfway around the world. But yes, I don't know if this is something I will do at all. I don't know, but doing it outside is an option. Doing it virtually is easier because you can do, and that's the beauty of that. And I want to end with this: you can have an Everest in your backyard virtually, or in your garage right now. And I thought about this for a long time, ever since I heard about this Everesting concept. So yeah, that's basically what I want to tell you for 10 minutes right now. If you've watched the stream, thanks a lot. Lots of really nice people cheering us on, our supporters and everything. And it really helped a lot whenever Andre or Sören or Markus and Robert, and when you guys, when you helped, or Sven even, when you helped, it's like, it's just, you're not alone, right? You're not alone. You have people next to you, literally, like Michael, but you have people pacing you up the climb, and it's just incredible. So again, thank you, but thank you, and also thank you for Anja first and foremost for making this possible. That was my Christmas gift. Thank you. Yeah. And one comment on that. No, it's the time, right? It's the time that we are able to do this. So Everesting, it's an epic thing. My fingers are still numb. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm still speechless, still a little bit sore, tired. And yeah, if you have any specific questions, you can comment down below. You can of course subscribe for more Everesting related content, or maybe not. And you can of course watch the Everesting video. I saw it is capped to 11 hours 55, but on Twitch TV/WhatMonkey. There you get the full 12.5 hours. So we actually ended up with 12.5 hours, but then you have to subtract, I think, the 13-minute run in to the actual up to Zwift. So 12.5 or 12:50, I don't know what the heck. Yeah, okay, 12 hours and 12 minutes, 12.5 minutes. This video will be long. Perfect. Thanks for joining, and right on.
So, Stefan, letzte Meter. Oh, ich stehe hier gerade in Schweiß.
Alles gut. Die müssen wir wegräumen.
Danke, Sören.
Oh, wird doch noch mal richtig steil.
Oh. 3, 2, 1. Yeah!
Ah.